It was June 5, 2010. Ivy and Lily Carrington, 8-year-old identical twins from Portland, Oregon, were excited beyond words. Their mother, Celeste Carrington, had promised them a trip to Seabreeze Park Beach, a quiet, family-friendly spot with gentle waves, a vintage carousel, and cotton candy stands. The girls wore matching sun hats and swimsuits, their laughter echoing as they chased each other with water guns. Celeste watched from under a parasol, flipping through a paperback romance novel, occasionally glancing up to smile at her daughters. By all accounts, the day was joyful. Ivy was the quieter one, always clinging to Lily, who was brave, outspoken, and a little reckless. At around 3:15 p.m., the laughter stopped. Ivy was seen sprinting across the sand, screaming, "She's gone. I can't find Lily." Witnesses say Celeste dropped her book and ran barefoot, her scream louder than the waves. Lifeguards blew their whistles. Police and K-9 units arrived within the hour. Helicopters circled overhead. But Lily had disappeared without a sound, without a clue. Her footprints ended in the sand. No signs of struggle, no cries for help. Her pink towel lay on the beach, still warm from the sun. The case baffled everyone. Ivy sat, trembling, not speaking a word. Celeste was inconsolable. Detectives asked her everything: who they had seen, if Lily had any enemies, if she could swim. Celeste insisted she only looked away for a minute. When asked about Ivy, Celeste's answer was strange. "She saw something. I know she did, but she won't tell me." A child psychologist was brought in. Ivy said nothing, just stared out the window, clenching a small seashell Lily had given her that morning. The public's interest in the case exploded. News vans camped outside their house. Missing twin headlines filled the papers. But after a month with no leads, the case went cold. Celeste became withdrawn, drinking heavily at night. Ivy, now labeled the silent twin, grew more isolated and emotionally unstable. Fast forward to 2025. A 23-year-old Ivy, now going by a different last name, Ivy Green, was living alone in Salem, Oregon. She worked late nights at a diner and had no known social life. One evening, she called Detective Alan Reyes, one of the original investigators on the case. "I need to talk. About my sister. About that day." Ivy requested to meet at the old beach at night. Reyes agreed and brought a recorder. What Ivy revealed changed everything. "She didn't drown," Ivy began. "She was taken, and I watched it happen." Ivy said they were digging in the sand when Lily found something. A small black burner phone, half buried. It was locked, buzzing with incoming messages like, "It's done. She knows." They giggled about it, thinking it belonged to a spy. That's when he appeared. He said he was a detective, showed us a badge, said the phone was dangerous and we needed to go with him to the parking lot. Lily hesitated, but the man smiled and said he already spoke to their mom. Lily turned to Ivy and said, "Let's go. It's okay. He's a cop." Ivy shook her head. Something felt wrong. But Lily always led and Ivy always followed. The man took Lily's hand and walked her toward the dunes. Ivy stayed frozen. "I told myself I'd run and tell Mom, but I just sat there." By the time she found the courage to speak, they were gone. Detective Reyes was stunned. But Ivy wasn't finished. "I saw him again, years later, at my mom's house, in a picture." She had found an old photograph of her mother and Derek Lane, a man Celeste claimed was a college friend. Ivy never connected the dots until recently, when she searched for the name online. Derek Lane had a record, a sealed file, restraining orders. He had allegedly stalked and abused Celeste when she was younger. Why didn't she tell police that someone so dangerous had been in their lives? Why hide it? That's when Ivy revealed the final betrayal. Ivy remembered a conversation from years ago, when she was 12. Her mother, drunk and bitter, had whispered, "You don't remember everything, Ivy, and it's better that way." After her confession, authorities reopened the case. They tracked down Derek Lane's old properties and found something horrifying in a storage unit he rented under a fake name, a child's pink flip-flop. A bracelet engraved, Lily. Torn, bloodstained dress. DNA confirmed it. Lily had been murdered shortly after her abduction. Forensics suggested she tried to escape and was killed in a struggle. But the biggest shock came from text records on Derek's recovered phone. She knows about Lily. Shut her up or I will. The message was sent to Celeste Carrington. Faced with undeniable evidence, Celeste was arrested. She admitted that Derek had threatened her years before. She thought by staying quiet, she could protect her family. But she knew who took Lily and chose silence. Celeste was sentenced to 7 years for obstruction of justice and criminal negligence. Derek Lane was convicted of murder and kidnapping and received life without parole. Ivy now speaks publicly to help child trauma survivors. In a tearful interview on national TV, she said, "I spent my whole life thinking silence kept me safe. But the truth is what set Lily free." One twin vanished. The other was silenced by guilt, fear, and betrayal. But 15 years later, her voice uncovered the truth. Not all crimes are buried in the sand. Some are buried in the soul. And when the waves finally pull back, what's left behind is justice.